Hello everybody and welcome back to more Let's Play the Dream Machine. In the last episode we just checked out all the old dreams of the other tenants of the house, and in this episode we are going to actually finally go to the center of the dreamscape. So let's check out what that is like. Yeah, these are all the things we've been doing. Okay. Just have to get my bearings again. I only recorded one episode yesterday. And here we are. The center of the dreamscape. I finally made it. Guess I'll have to explore the rest of this place on foot. Good thing I have Mr. Morton's map, so I can travel the dreamscape quickly. Wow, they changed it to capitalize these things, because I guess a lot of people didn't realize and were frustrated that this chapter is so annoying for walking around, which it isn't, because you have this map and it's really useful. Anyway, let's explore this place a little bit. We've got a skeleton here. A badly decomposed skeleton lies in the underbrush. Dry bones are all that remain of whoever this was. The skeleton's left hand is clutching a dirty scroll. Let's pick that up. He held on to this until the very end. I wonder why. Let's check it out. The scroll is waterlocked and will tear easily, but I might be able to unfurl it if I'm careful. Let's unfurl that. Careful now. There we go. And it's a map. That's odd. This looks like my handwriting, but I can't recall drawing this map. That's very odd. Except this is just the normal font that you use for everything. Developers, sheesh. It's the scroll I found on the skeleton. It looks like a map of this place. More or less. Okay, yeah, there's a lifeboat. Mushrooms, not edible. That's good to know. Alright then. That doesn't really seem like a very useful map, because it's just got this one screen in it. And I guess the lifeboat, which is another screen, but whatever. I don't even care. Which way do we go? Let's go right. Alright, more places to go. Down, I suppose. A crib. Hello? Are you my child? No. Sorry to disappoint. I'm another Victor just like you. Another version of me? Something like that. There's quite a few of us here. What can I do for you? Why do you look like that? Why do I look like a helpless baby? Yeah, that's a big question. Have you heard about the birth barrier? The birth barrier? According to a theory, we pass a barrier once we're born. It separates the born from the prenatal, like a membrane. I think there's more to it than that, but call it what you want. What do you know about birth barrier? According to a theory, we pass a barrier once we're born. Yeah. Like a membrane, absolutely, thanks. Okay. What does that have to do with looking like a baby? The gist of it is, we're trying to reach our unborn child, right? Obviously. In order to get where we have to make our wishes manifest, because this place is malleable and conforms to our whims, right? I guess. But in order to make a wish, we have to know what to wish for. We can't wish for something we've never experienced. If we could, we'd just wish ourselves into this magic, mythical unborn realm and save our child lickety-split. Makes sense. None of us can remember that far back. That's why we can't breach the birth barrier. Looks like you got pretty close. Perhaps. I'm still pretty far from being prenatal though. I dug as far back as I could, but no matter how hard I try, this is as far back as I can remember. I was hoping this might trigger an even earlier memory, but so far nothing's happened. Perhaps you're missing something. Possibly. But this is the best idea I've come up with so far. I'm willing to try it out a bit longer. Besides, this crib is pretty cozy. I guess I've gotta go. Don't be a stranger. Alright, so that's Baby Victor. What a great character. What a great character. Alright, there's nothing else on these screens. All these screens in the center of the dreamscape are all pretty barren, and there's only a few spots to check out. But in exchange for that, there's a lot of them, so I suppose it totally balances out. What kind of place is this? I've never seen anything like it. Okay, there's another split here. Let's go down. And we're back here. Okay. So let's go back through there and take this route instead, I guess. Oh, here's a dude. Hello? Just a moment, my child. Oh great, another one. Let me guess. You just got here, right? I suppose so. How? By boat. A used delicious cruise ship. Same here. A lot of us go for that. A lot of us? You're not the first Victor to make it here, and you won't be the last. New Victors come here all the time, trying to challenge me, like puppies gnawing at the feet of the alpha dog. Save yourself the effort, son. It won't happen. Why would I want to topple you? You're vying to be God, of course, just like the rest of them. You can't wait to replace me, can you? You want it so bad you can taste it. You look pretty toppled already. Oh, that's a good one, Victor. That's blasphemy! You should address me with a solemn respect. After all, I'm the one true God. Whatever you say. Who are you? I was just like you once, a confused mess. I came here looking for our child, but along the way I discovered my true purpose. What purpose would that be? To transcend, of course. Transcend? What else would you call it? I was a man, but now I'm God. The Alpha and the Omega. The first and the last. The beginning and the end. All at once? I knew you wouldn't understand. You're just like the rest of them, a bitter and envious pleb. How long have you been here? 5 years, maybe. I've lost track at this point. It looks more like 5 decades. Really? Has it really been that long? I'm afraid so. Well, I consider it time well spent. I've been a remarkable supreme being. I've changed lives. I've made dreams come true. I've gotta go. Leave me. I've got a universe to run. Oh, and it looks like he's got an old scroll as well. A piece of paper lies on the ground. Keep your dirty hands off it. It's the only map of this place that's actually worth a damn. What does he mean? We've already got a perfectly working one that just shows one intersection. It looks like the phone I used before. It has a number on the front. What is the number? 555-155-1381. And I've still got the little sheet of paper lying around where I put this down, but you don't actually need to. So whatever. Use phone. Keep your paws off that. That's a divine instrument. I'm the only one allowed to use that. Alright then. Yeah, again, there's nothing else. There's only this guy here. So that's great. What about over here? Huh. That's weird. This room seems oddly familiar. Have I been here before? I don't know, Victor. Hello. Hey, buddy. Would you mind getting out of the way? I'm trying to watch a movie here. Oh, sorry. Is this better? That's fine. Just pipe down for a second. This is my favorite part. Here, watch this. Wow. Pretty nice. Oh man, gets me every time. Now, what can I do for you? Who are you? Isn't that obvious? We're the same person. How can there be more than one of us? Somebody wished me into existence, just like I wished you into existence. What are you talking about? Nobody wished me into existence. You said it yourself when you came in here. You said this place looked familiar, did it not? Did you not? The stage. The prompter box. The emergency exit. Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you recognize it because you've been here before. It probably looked a bit different, and you must have been pretty confused at the time, but I made you appear right there on stage. That's not what happened at all. No? You didn't suddenly appear on stage to take part in the recreation of a childhood memory? How do you know that? Because I was sitting in the audience. I wanted to watch something from my childhood, so I just wished for it. And yeah, if you go back you can actually see it's him in the audience, and that's pretty cool. I didn't notice it the first time, but that's great. The schoolyard, the circle of bullies, a younger version of myself. I made it all appear out of thin air from my own amusement. You played your part well, by the way, even though you're a bit old. If what you're saying is true, and I'm not saying it is, why didn't you wish for a younger Victor to play the part? I forgot to specify when I made the wish. I might have been a little tipsy at the time. You still are. Guilty as charged. Say, why don't you join me? I could use a drinking buddy. You must be sick of chasing after all them tentacles. I'm not ready to give up quite yet. Suit yourself. But heed my words. The sooner you give up, the sooner you'll start taking full advantage of this place. Like me. Alright then, what can you tell me about this place? You're at the center of the dreamscape, kid. This place is like an amplifier for the mind. It makes wishes manifest. How does that work exactly? It's simple. You make a wish and voila, your wish comes true. Look at the empty beer bottle in my hand, for example. What about it? Look very closely. Alakazam! It's not empty anymore. Most impressive. Would you like one? I'm good, thank you. Is this what you do all day? Drink beer and watch movies? You make it sound so trivial. This theater can show me anything I want. Any half-forgotten movie I've ever seen, any memory I care to experience again. And I've got an endless supply of beer to wash it all down with. Everything a growing boy needs. How do I find our child? Just let it go, kid. Let go of our child? Best thing I ever did. Trying to save that little brat was a complete waste of time. What about everyone else in the house? They're at risk as well. What did they ever do for you? But Alicia was just holding us back, man. I can see that clearly now. Marrying her was the worst mistake of my life. I'd be a rock star now if I hadn't met her. Take my advice. Let all that nonsense go. Be a free man again. I'm not sure I can do that. You will, once you've been here long enough. Trust me. I don't think that's an aspiration that we really need right now. How long have you been here? I don't know. This place is like a casino. There's no day-night cycle here. No clocks on the walls. Can't you just wish for that? Clocks don't work in dreams. Haven't you noticed? I guess not. Hey, we have noticed. Victor, you're so wrong. You're so stupid. Ridiculous. What's your estimate? How old do I look? I'd say around 50. Really? That's a lot more than I would have guessed. Oh well. Time flies when you're having fun. I've gotta go. Take care of yourself, kid. I guess he's absolutely living the dream. Wonderful. What do you think about this picture? What do you think of this photograph? Is that from our neighbor's dream? Yeah. It's alright, I guess. Amazing. Thank you. And here's the child Victor again, but he's not got a fishing pole. Hello. Hello there. Didn't we just meet? That's possible. I can't tell you new guys apart. You all look the same to me. No offense. What do you mean by new guys? You just got here, didn't you? I guess. Well, there you go. You're a new guy. How long have you been here? 20 years, maybe. That's weird. You look much younger than that. Don't let my appearance fool you. I looked just like you when I arrived here. Why do you look like that, then? Anything is possible in this place. We can look however we want. Why do you choose to look like a child, then? Nostalgia, I guess. Looking back, this was the happiest part of my life. Sitting here pondering, hoping that summer would never end. This is when my life peaked. Everything after this was downhill. So you decided to stay a child. I'm a pathetic old fool who's living in the past. Call me whatever you like. I've heard it all before from other Victors, trust me. Don't you have other things to do? Like what? Finding our child? Cutting the last tentacle? Saving everybody? There's no hurry. Time doesn't move forward in this place. We're all stuck in a recursive loop, doomed to keep reappearing forever. You just happen to be the latest version. But trust me, that won't last. How do we break out of the loop? I don't know. I'm not even sure it's possible. Anyway, this place is pretty comfortable once you start using it for your own needs. Enjoy it, don't fight it. I've gotta go. See you later then. Alright, so I think we've met all of the Victors here now, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's go here. Okay, we're back. Oh, wait a minute. Haven't I been already here? Yeah. Well, I mean, that just makes sense in this case, because we never went down this path. Oh, there we go. Now it doesn't make sense anymore, thank God. So, this place is kind of weird and annoying, because the layout of it keeps shifting and the map keeps changing. This place is confusing. I could swear the paths have changed somehow. Yeah, that is true, Victor. They have. Let's look at the skeleton again. I guess this is another Victor as well. He must have gotten here long before me, judging by the decomposition. Yeah, so all the people that we meet here are all Victors, just like chapter 3. What about these crumbs? Amazing. Okay. So what we have to do here is actually talk to all these Victors again, because they have a lot more to say than what we just saw. I just wanted to get all of them introduced at the very start here. And now we can actually get into the meat of things. Except I want one that we haven't talked to in a while. I want like Baby Victor or something. There we go. Perfect. Yo bro, what's up? Hello? Hi there. What can I do for you? What are you trying? Yeah. My theory is that blah blah blah, birth barrier. Interesting. Why haven't you given up yet? What do you mean? All the other victors seem to have given up on finding our child, but you're still trying. Why haven't you given up yet? The trick is to have several theories going at once. If one proves to be wrong, you can just try another. Have you heard of the belly button theory? No. Another victor came up with it. He was convinced he was the original victor since he had a belly button. The original victor? He thought that it was proof that he wasn't a duplicate like the rest of us. What would a belly button prove? That he had an umbilical cord at one point. That he had gestated inside a woman, as he put it. That he hadn't just been wished into existence by another victor. His theory doesn't make sense. I have a belly button for starters. So do I. So does every victor in this place. So his theory was disproved? Thoroughly. When he realized he'd been wrong the whole time, he just gave up and became disillusioned with this place. He went all in on a single theory which proved to be wrong. Once he realized that, he just kind of deflated. What happened to him? I saw him again a couple of times, walking around aimlessly, muttering to himself. Something inside him seemed broken. Once that happens, they usually look for a place to lay down and await death's embrace. Grim. It is. I use him as my cautionary tale, a reminder not to bet your sanity on a single theory. You've got to diversify. About the other victors, what do you want to know? Okay, so we can talk to all the victors about all the other victors, and it goes really crazy. What can you tell me about the old victor who thinks he's God? That guy's still around? I thought he'd be dead by now. He's been here forever. I used to prank call him when I first got here. Nowadays I mostly feel sorry for him. What can you tell me about the middle-aged victor who watches movies all day? He's not bad. We used to hang out quite often, but I haven't seen him in ages now. What happened? We had a discussion that went a bit overboard. We'd both been drinking, you see. What was the argument about? Whether finding our child was possible or not. He thought it wasn't. I thought it was. We were both trying to argue our position a bit too stubbornly. Things got physical. After the dust settled, we never spoke again. I see. What can you tell me about the young boy Victor who's fishing by the pond? He comes off as a nostalgic old fool when you talk to him, but I think he knows more than he admits. What do you think? Why do you think that? I heard him talk to himself. What did he say? It sounded like mumbo-jumbo to me, like something out of a spy thriller. Go listen for yourself if you don't believe me. Just hang back in the shadows, so he doesn't notice you're there. Okay, we're gonna have to do that. What do you know about the original Victor? He must be long dead by now, if he ever existed. I don't think there's much point investigating that, to be honest. Alright then. What can you tell me about this place? You're at the center of dreams. It's the antechamber to the prenatal realm, where we hope to find our child and shut the machine down once and for all. It's a place where thoughts and wishes would become manifest, and therefore it's only as stable as its inhabitants. What do you think about this map? I was really into mapping this place before I realized this place doesn't make geographical sense. For a while I wanted to compare other victors' maps to mine, but getting them to relinquish their maps was too much of a headache. What were you hoping to find? Common denominators. That type of thing. The birth barrier. It's the barrier that separates the born from the prenatal. It's what we have to pass, yeah. Are you sure it's even possible? Absolutely not. I'm flying by the seat of my pants, just like you. I don't even know if the barrier exists. Belly button theory. Another victor thought he was the original belly button. But he was wrong, indeed. He never came up with another theory, yeah. Classic. The prenatal realm. Another victor told me about it. According to him, the prenatal realm is where we all start, the very origin of our existence, where our souls go back once we die. Alright, don't be a stranger. That's all that baby Victor has to say to us, and I kind of want to go to child Victor to immediately take care of that thing, and to find him. You can actually navigate this place pretty easily if you use this magic potion, because you can go big. And then you can see an overview of the whole place and the layout that it's in right now. And this is really cool because this map actually changes, just like the world does. And it like totally makes sense, I really like it. But anyway, Victor, child Victor is here on the intersection that goes like this. So let's go see what we can do there. He told us to hide in the shadows, but it's not enough to just go small. So let's go up and then go small. And now go back. What needs to be in order? Who's giving the order? The order matters. The order of what? What needs to be in order? Okay, so he just keeps saying different things about the order, and no one really knows. Why does the order matter? I don't know, man. I don't know. Can we startle him? Will he keep talking? I guess he won't. I guess he stopped talking because he totally saw us. Oop. Yo, bro. What order are you talking about? Huh? Were you eavesdropping on me? I just heard you talking as I approached. I bet you did. So what's the order you mentioned? It's something I heard from a dying Victor. The order matters. Those were his last words. What did he mean by that? I wish I knew, man. He died before he could explain. What can I expect from this place? Well, if you're anything like me, you'll walk around talking to all the different Victors, trying to get a grasp of this place. Then you'll start developing theories about how it works. Then you'll start testing those theories, getting more and more frustrated as you go, and eventually you'll give up and settle for a place to take the load off. That's how it was for me, at least. Didn't you have a fishing rod before? That's right. I don't use it anymore. Why? Catching that fish was the end of my childhood, which is the opposite of what I want to do. I want to stay in this moment forever. I see. There are other reasons as well, but I'll keep those to myself. About the other Victors, what about them? What can you tell me about the old Victor who thinks he's God? I'm not one to pass judgment, but that guy is a delusional fool. The machine found the perfect target there. What do you mean? He swallowed the Supreme Being sham whole. That was a sham? It must have been. Surely it was the machine trying to derail us. Really, Victor, do we really think that... That's the only explanation that makes sense, right? What can you tell me about the middle-aged Victor who watches movies all day? He's harmless. Sometimes he gets a bit drunk, but he usually keeps to himself, so it's never a big issue. In case you hadn't noticed, we get quite solitary after a while. We prefer to stay in our own little bubble of influence. That's why I had you packed as a new guy straight away. You were actively socializing. You'll stop doing that after a while. Trust me. What can you tell me about Baby Victor who's lying in the crib? Baby Victor? Is he new? Sounds like a bit of a creep if you ask me. Why does he want to be a baby? Is that some kind of fetish thing? I think he's trying to find the birth barrier by accessing early memories. Yeah, either that or he enjoys wearing diapers. Well, you know. Don't judge, man. What's going on? What can you tell me about this place? This place is raw potential and waiting to become something. It's where we start out once we're born, while our minds and personalities still have to settle. And this map. Most Victors draw maps when they come here. I know I did. They're not very accurate as this place keeps shifting, but they help you make sense of a small portion at least. Do you still have yours? I don't have it on me anymore. Another Victor tried to steal it from me when I slept, so I hid it where only I can get to it. Can I borrow it? I'm afraid not. That's how maps go missing. What about the birth barrier? Nothing much. It's an idea that attracts a lot of you new guys. You want to save our child as soon as possible, so you're drawn to anything leading in that direction. Do you believe the barrier exists? I searched this place for years when I got here, and I've never seen any evidence of a barrier. Perhaps I can find something you overlooked. Keep telling yourself that. That attitude will make the first years a lot more bearable. Oh, the barely button theory. Never heard of it, but that's the problem with this place. There's too many theories floating around. A theory is the most useless thing around here. Every Victor's got his own idea of how this place works, who the machine imposter is, how to find our child. Look where that got us. We're still only on square one, running around in circles. Do yourself a favor, stop trying to figure this place out. Find a nice spot to sit, and just enjoy the time you have left. The prenatal realm. I used to love hearing other Victors talking about that. It sounded like such an appealing concept. A realm where we all stem from, where our souls return once we die. A shapeless void bathed in a pure and ceaseless light. You don't believe in that any longer? It's all just speculation, a way to pass the time. We do that a lot around here. What about the Order? It's something I heard a dying Victor say. The Order matters. Those were his last words. What did he mean? I wish I knew. He died before he could explain. Alright then, see you later then. So that is Child Victor's stance on things, and I would suggest we keep interviewing the other Victors in the next video. So I hope to see you then. Goodbye.